Let's talk a little bit about a story that's local from Massachusetts. I was in Massachusetts over the weekend, and when I was there, I picked up a local paper and saw a very strange story, which I found online and we'll link you to. And the story is about a man, a local man to Western Massachusetts, who admitted to trying to lure a 10-year-old girl to a secluded location for sex. The idea for 60-year-old Howard Goulet was he saw the girl outside of a courthouse and offered her money to go with him. And according to a prosecutor, the girl immediately told her mother, called the police. Police arrived, arrested Goulet, and he admitted straight up what I was doing was I was going to give the 10-year-old girl some beer so that she would let me kiss her and, quote, feel her up, according to the prosecutor. Goulet did plead guilty to accosting a person of the opposite sex and enticement of a child under 16. There will be a 6-month he's currently serving a 6-month sentence for a false fire alarm, and he is going to have a sentence of 2.5 years in jail. So, okay, kind of a run-of-the-mill story. Why do I want to talk about this? Here's why. According to the state sex offender registry, Goulet was already convicted of indecent assault and battery on a child under 14 in 1982. That's 32 years ago. Dissemination of harmful materials to minors in 1992, open and gross lewdness and lascivious behavior in both 1992 and 1994, as well as indecent assault and battery on a person 14 or older in 2006. Lewis, we have a very difficult situation when it comes to incarceration in this country. The balance between rehabilitation, which happens quite rarely in our criminal justice system, and prevention of future crime, right? Which would deterrence by keeping someone in prison. But the local discussion about this is, why was this guy out anyway with this number of convictions related to lewdness and young children? Why was he even out in the first place? We don't know the details of every single one of those cases, but what should be done here? Is there any chance of true rehabilitation for such a habitual offender involving children in sexual situations?
I don't think so. Not in this man's case. I mean, perhaps if he were faced with longer sentences, maybe he would think twice before doing it again. But if he knows he's only going to be in jail for a couple of years, I don't think that there's any deterrent there. I think he should be in prison for life.
So then the question becomes, do we agree with mandatory minimums and 3 strikes laws and the like? I know someone right now who has, because of being in the wrong place at the wrong time in another part of the country, served 2 very short stints in prison. And because of the 3-strike law where they are, even though they've never been convicted of anything violent, it was always kind of drug-related, wrong place, wrong time type of crimes. If they are now arrested and convicted of anything, they're in prison for life. So that seems grossly unfair. And at the same time, we have a guy making his 5th offense here, his 5th conviction, involving inappropriate behavior, often with children. I really don't know the answer.
In this, I think it's easy. Is it a little bit different when you have like an 18-year-old and a 17-year-old or something along those lines? Right. That's different. Should we have mandatory minimums for drugs? No. Should we have mandatory minimums for this? Maybe. I don't know.
All right. We'll take a break. Send me your thoughts on this. Plenty more coming up.